Here we are.
City
First
Boys.
video.
City Boys University. City Boys Unite. All right, boys. Guys, we want to welcome all the men here that are watching today to our very first episode on the podcast of City Boys University. So we're here. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves real quick. My name is Adrian.
My name's Alfredo.
Alan.
And, today we're going to be talking about some topics, just really more introducing on who we are and what we're here to do, right? So, let's go, bro. Let's get it started, man.
Yeah, so in this podcast, the main thing that we want to focus on is introducing ourselves. We are new faces to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And the audience that we do want to reach out to are minds that do want to continue developing and expanding and kind of want to break the cycle that you're in today. And the reason that we're making this video is because we want to touch upon those subjects. We want to help people, young, old, our age, any men out there that need role models or any guidance or just are sick of the same day-to-day videos that they watch every day. We're here to show you a different way, and we're here to tell you why you should listen to us at the end of the day.
Yeah. I really think we're here to really document on what it is for example, on exiting the so-called matrix that everyone has, you know what I mean? So we're here to document more on taking three average men and then elevating, you know what I mean, documenting our way of elevating into men of status, you know what I mean? So
yeah, we
and
are
higher value as well.
Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
Of course.
So this video is meant for not only you to grow, but to watch us grow as well.
Exactly.
Everything that we say, we mean 100%, and that we are implementing in our lives as well. We're not here to feed you bullshit. We're not here to sell you anything. We're solely here to help and hopefully impact lives. So, we're not here for fame and we're not here for anything. We're here for the long haul, whether this gets 1 view or 100 views or 1 million views.
1 million views, yeah.
We're still going to be doing our thing. We're still going to be speaking our mind, because at the end of the day, we're here to help, and that's what we want to do.
Yes.
Regardless if we get our message out or not, the least we could do is try.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So getting right into it, we want to start explaining mindset. It's such a huge thing, and a lot of people today don't have the right perspective of it and don't know exactly how to structure their own mindset.
Now, why do you think that is, though? Why do you think they're just so into
Because
I feel like they're raised, I guess, right, into a wrong mindset.
Because everyone just grows up thinking oh, you're supposed to do this, and that. You know what I mean? Because for example, my pops is my pops about to be 60, bro. You know what I mean? And the thing that he was doing way back then, that's not the same the same shit that's happening right now. You know what I mean? So the same doctrine of whether it be of either dating or maybe money or even education, it's not the same at all on how it is now. You know what I mean? We're in a whole different era, but with old freaking outdated upbringings. You know what I mean? Outdated programming. And then now it's just up to us in our 20s. We're figuring out well, I don't think the same shit my pops was doing back in 19 something is what's going on in 2022. You know what I mean? So I think that's the mindset of any man, is just because they've had they've been not only have they've been fed the same shit from way back then, but even our parents' have been feeding them some old outdated shit and it's just further and further and further. You know what I mean? That's just me.
What would our first step for you guys as well to hop out of that cycle?
Well, first step, I truly do believe that social media is corrupting the minds of the youth today.
Definitely.
And I even see that social media is corrupting older generations as well. I see, my older cousins, my older uncles scrolling on Instagram at family gatherings, instead of,
being
talking and socializing and actually being in the moment. So many people are glued to their screens because at the end of the day, when you want to go to sleep, when it's 9 p.m. and you're laying in your bed, the first thing you do is take out your phone and you scroll endlessly for 90, 40 minutes instead of having a conversation with the person next to you, or instead of going back to your values and your religion. You know, I feel like a lot of people will scroll on TikTok looking at girls dance for 40 minutes, but won't take 10 minutes out of their day to, you know, pray or give thanks or, you know, be grateful for the family around them or the friends around them. And it's something to look at. It's disturbing.
Well,
you know?
I think like how Alan said, like, what is it, like, how can we escape that shit? Is just, I would just really say, like, not only social media is taking hand in it, but I really think it's like, bro, like, questioning like everything, bro. Like, questioning is like from even like religion, like, is what the priest saying is, like, is that true? You know what I mean? Or questioning even what your parents say, like, is that true? You know what I mean? And just questioning even like stuff that we see even on like TV. You know what I mean? Like, we see like even like one of the old presidents, like Trump. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, CNN is fake news, because he probably questioned, like, bro, is that true? Is that shit real? You know what I mean? And I think like a way to get out of like the same cycle or same bullshit or like the same doctrine that you've been like being fed is just questioning it. Like, okay, yeah, you gave me a piece of advice, you know what I mean? Like, let me hold on to it. But me, myself, is like, I should question it.
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
100%.
I think that's definitely the starter. Like, question everything. Even like the shit that we learn at school. Like, is that true? Like, bro, like, how many fucking, bro, like, everyone here, like, now that we're older, bro, like, the shit that we learned at school is fucking pointless, bro.
100%.
Pointless, bro. When the fuck, I still to today, I never used y equals mx plus b and anything, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great point. So yeah, I feel like the first step would be looking at the information that you see on a day-to-day basis and questioning it, and also stop consuming bullshit. I feel like if you're on social media and you're not, you know, making entertainment, you're not making content, get off it.
Bro,
you know?
there's two sides of that shit too, bro. Because what I always think too is, like, there's always a creator and there's a consumer. So, bro, what I got tired of is, like, bro, how much fucking longer am I going to be a consumer? And I'm going to start fucking creating shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then that's when shit like this happens. You know what I mean?
But it's just not easy though, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
it's easy to say, oh, be a consumer, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, be a creator, you know what I mean? It's easy to say, like, for example, I would like to be a fucking influencer, you know what I mean? But bro, like, when you're in, like, for example, a fitness influencer, when you're in the workout, like, bro, I'm not really in the fucking mood to go, like, take my phone off, and you know what I mean? Like, you don't really think of that, like, so then I guess that's why you invest into yourself, hire a videographer or someone, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're like saying, oh, like, instead of being, like, I don't know, it's just easier said than done. But that's where, like, you have to.
Well, that's what I'm
put
saying.
in the
Like,
work, you know what I mean?
that's like what I'm saying. Like, that's like
Yeah.
the consumer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the consumer doesn't want to pull out their tripod and set it up and thing. Like, the consumer wants to
Right.
go into the gym, do his thing, and then go back home and then look at fucking people be sponsored by Young LA, like, and be like, and sit there. Oh man, I wish I was sponsored by Young LA too. You know what I mean? But people know what they should be fucking doing. Is that, like I said, it's so much easier to just be a consumer instead of be a creator.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Definitely.
100%. So on that note, it takes a different mindset. It takes a different drive to be a content creator.
Just a creator in general, bro. Like, a creator in just like anything. Like,
Yeah.
you could even take that from that to even like business. You know what I mean? Like
So hustle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, like right now, like, I'm an employee right now, you know what I mean? So, like, how much longer am I just gonna consume just being like, you know, consume like the money that like the people are giving me, you know what I mean? And when am I gonna create a fucking business myself where I can make my own bread? I can make my own schedule. I can go on break whenever the fuck I want to go on break. You know what I mean? Like, when is that gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Okay. So based on that, you know, what you just explained is technically it's the matrix, you know, your day to day, your 9 to 5, you know, eat, sleep, work, pay, repeat.
Yeah.
You know, that's the matrix. That's what it is at the end of the day. And it takes a certain mindset to think, you know, do I want to
Outside the
continue?
box.
Yeah. Do I want to continue doing this for the rest of my life? Or do I want to get sick of this shit and do my own thing?
Yo, bro,
I
and-
want to lay up every day. You know, I want to get up at whatever time and work whenever I want. That's escaping the matrix, being financially
Well, bro,
free.
like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, for example, like being in the matrix or or being like an employee, like, bro, to me, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. Like, my dad worked his entire fucking life, and my dad was probably the greatest dad ever. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? But like, the only time I find like that it's wrong is that if you want more out of life, and you know that you want more out of life, and you can like see the code in the matrix, and you don't do shit about it. You know what I mean? Like, you can like see like, okay, I know what I should do, or like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I think being like a consumer is fine for those that want to be consumers, but those that want to be creators or just step out of the matrix, like, you know what I mean? Because, bro, like, to me, like, bro, there's nothing wrong with a job, bro. There's
Life
nothing
is
wrong
life is about
100%.
choices.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
somebody has to flip the burgers. Somebody has to pick up the trash.
with- Someone has
You
to
know,
be teachers,
exactly.
police officers, firefighters,
Exactly,
army
and that's
people.
perfectly
yeah,
fine. But that's not who we're targeting. You know, if you're here and if you're watching this video, it's because you're sick of that.
Yeah.
And you want to elevate to the next level.
Mhm.
You know.
Would you call the Matrix the rat race? Is that what the rat race is?
No, the rat race is just like
A 9 to 5?
It's just like working. It's just basically living the same fucking day, bro. Like, over and over. Like, the rat race is just like bro. Like, for example, bro. Like,
So it's not the same.
no, it's part of it. It's part of it. You know what I mean? I would say it's like how we say, like, the Matrix is it's maybe like it's part of it. You know what I mean? Because life isn't only just working. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
like, us as workers or us as employees, we do other shit besides working. You know what I mean? Like, we go out to as young men, like, we go out to parties, we go out to the club, we go out to restaurants, we go
Gym.
You know, we go to the gym. You know what I mean? We have our own hobbies.
Right.
We see different women. You know what I mean? I'd say there's just the Matrix is it's a whole, but the rat race is just a part inside of the Matrix. You know what I mean? But the rat race, I would just label it as like working 9 to 5, like, as everyone says, like 9 to 5, just working, just living paycheck to paycheck. That's the rat race. You know what I mean? Because everyone's just trying to chase a fucking dollar. You know what I mean?
100%.
But yeah.
So getting out of that, how do people, you know, take first steps to try to escape the matrix, try to escape this rat race? If you were to give one piece of advice to somebody watching and they want to elevate and they want to start getting out of the matrix, what would you say to that person? You know, a regular, you know, 9 to 5, just graduated high school, your average Joe today that we see in the gym that is, you know, eat, sleep, consuming information, repeat. You know, what would you say to that person that wants to escape the matrix, that, you know, wants to start? What would you say to them?
Question it, bro. Like, question it. Like, sit there, be like sit there and question it, bro. Like, if you're in school right now, or if you're at a job right now, sit there and question it. Like, question, like, is this what it is? Like, is this what life is? Is this what I'm gonna do for the, like, for example, like, if you're at a job, sit there, question it. Be like, is this what I'm gonna do for the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years? Is this it? You know what I mean? If you're in school, you know what I mean? Like, sit there and question it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Because
like,
we're told today, like, oh, you gotta go to
Yeah.
school, you gotta go to college.
You
I would
gotta
say-
get-
And that's
gotta
what they're
get it
doing
done.
again, you know, like,
Yeah.
sure, like, I believe in getting as much education, you know, like, education never hurt anybody, you know what I mean? So if you get your education up, sure, but, like, make sure there's a purpose behind that education.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna go to college and study your whatever you want to specialize in, what's your main goal, though? You know what I mean? That's what I believe. Like,
So I have a plan.
exactly.
Yeah,
like, you
definitely.
gotta be working
That's what I'm
towards
saying.
something.
That's why, like, how he said, like, what would I tell someone to, like, get out of the matrix, bro? Like,
Yeah.
question that shit, bro. But the thing is, all men, now it's gonna, like, transition into that. Like, all men should find purpose.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like,
Like, you should find yourself.
find purpose
what you
in
want to
life.
do.
You know what I mean? So then, and escaping the matrix really, excuse me, really all comes down to, like, being successful. And success, like, bro, like,
Subjective, right?
I love this this one content creator called Steph is Cold. He always says success is subjective. You know what I mean? So for example, like, let's say your bills are like 2 bands a month, and you make 5 bands. You have 3 bands to pocket, 3 bands to put into your savings account, 3 bands to put into, I don't know, stocks, 3 bands to put into a fucking Roth IRA. You know what I mean? Let's say Alan's fucking bills are like, let's say $8,000, and Alan is making 20 bands a month. You know what I mean? Alan has like $12,000 to do whatever the fuck he wants. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's subjective to the person, I would say, with the, like how Steph said, to the person with the less bills. You know what I mean? So escaping the matrix really is becoming successful. And also what Steph told me too was like, you don't have to be the richest guy. Like, you just got to be better than them. And that's how I say you would escape it.
And by them, I thought what like Steph is cold meant by like you gotta be better than them. I think them is like
people are like
the
shit talking.
haters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pocket watch. Yo, this shit real? You know what I mean? Like people
Yeah.
like that, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Karens.
But like that's who I
Male
believe
Karens.
them is. God did.
Yo, DJ Khaled a fool, man.
100%. So, you know, as far as video games, TikToks, and useless hobbies, how would you tell somebody to better their time? You know, would you tell them to get off social media completely? Would you tell them to use it to their advantage? Would you tell them to lay out a plan? If somebody wanted to consume less and create more, what advice would you give them?
As a person who's, you know, remember, this is us growing.
Yeah.
I fuck around with video games. I don't watch TikTok, but if I do, my TikTok is motivational. Like, I could get my phone right now, and you will, like, open it up, and that has, like, straight motivation stuff. Like, you're just scrolling, it's motivation. But I would say just hold yourself accountable. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to go play video games. I never want to play video games, but how fucking long are you going to play a video game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, motherfuckers be playing the video game from what, fucking 8 hours, 5
Yeah.
hours?
So, like, put, like, I don't know, a timer, like, oh, well, I'll play video games for 2 hours today.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know, I like to see it as, like, a reward. You know what I mean? I went to work, and I went to the gym, and I did, I don't know, you know, what I made a video, like, for yours, in your instance. I made a video, I made my video today. Let me go fuck around in the game for like an hour, 2 hours, and I'll put a timer. Hold yourself accountable for stuff like that, so that at the end of the day, you can be like, okay, well, I deserve my little 2 hours.
Well, I definitely say there's
boom.
like pleasures, you know what I mean? So like everyone has their own pleasure. Everyone has like their own, like how we say, poison, you know what I mean? So it's like pick your poison, or like pick your pleasure, you know what I mean? So like, of course I would say like get the shit you need to get done, get it done, and then you can fucking do that. You know what I mean? But of course, like, don't fucking, like, I don't know, like, let's say fucking, you know what I mean, you go out and you do the shit that you're supposed to do. Like, I don't know, like, me personally, I wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, I did this shit I was supposed to do. Let me, like, reward myself. You know what I mean? Like, nah, motherfucker, like, you were supposed to do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think we should go, like, harder.
So
you know
above
what I
and
mean?
beyond.
Yeah.
So you think there's responsibilities, and then there's stuff that you do for yourself.
Because even the average person does what the fuck he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Wake up, go to work, and then maybe go to the gym, and then, you know what I mean? Like, we're already like doing like some of the things above and beyond to try and not be the average male today. You know what I mean? So like, we're more like, you know what I mean? Like how we say, like we're creating here. You know what I mean? We're thinking outside of like, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, is there more to life? Or, you know what I mean? Like, our mindset is different. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I don't think any of our parents had this fucking mindset of like, is this it? At the age of fucking, like in their 20s? I don't think they had that shit. You know what I mean? They probably was sitting there thinking like, oh, I'm supposed to go to college and get a good job and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But I say like, to do all that stuff, like, we need to like do above and beyond shit. Because if we want to have shit that others don't have, we're gonna have to do shit others don't do.
There was this one quote from Kobe. I'm trying to remember it now, but to put it into a summary, he would wake up 2 hours before anybody else a day, and he would practice for those 2 hours. And those 2 hours don't seem like a lot, and maybe he didn't, you know, put as much effort into those 2 hours. But at the end of the week, those 2 hours turn into 10 hours. Those 10 hours a month turn into 40 hours. And those 40 hours are 40 hours that you have as an advantage against your opponent. You know, so from 2 hours a day turning to 40 hours a month, you got to realize that small change makes a big impact. So starting small later down the road could have a huge impact on your life. Stopping with small habits, stopping with scrolling on TikTok every night before you go to sleep and going to sleep late. The more you do that, the earlier you'll wake up, the more refreshed you'll feel, the better you'll do at X, Y, and Z, the more income you'll get. So everything is a butterfly effect. So I would say to micro adjust, start with small things. TikTok, for example, when we were talking about video games and we were talking about responsibilities that you have, you know, if you work a 9 to 5 and you come home and you go to the gym, that's a responsibility that you should have. And after that, if you feel accomplished, then I'm sorry, then you're doing something wrong. That's a responsibility, and that's something that you shouldn't feel accomplished. That's something that you have to get done at the end of the day.
I would definitely also add to that, like, change what you, like, what you're watching. You know what I mean? Like, cause bro, like, cause I'm not gonna lie, like, we're all falling victims to, like, sitting on TikTok, going on Instagram, watching YouTube. Change what you're fucking watching. Change what you're consuming, cause you're gonna become a byproduct of what you feed this. You know what I mean? So, like, change what you're. That's what I'm saying. Like, cause bro, like, if we want to men to get off TikTok, bro, we're about to upload this shit to TikTok. You know what I mean? So where are the eyes right now? They're on TikTok, they're on YouTube, they're on Instagram. So we're, you know what I mean? Like, we're changing what like what we're trying to feed the audience. Because everyone's just used to seeing, like, girls shaking their butt, fucking random funny videos and, like, trends and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, like, change what you're consuming. You know what I mean? Whether, like I said, like, consuming different stuff. For example, like, for the mindset to do even better, like, motivational stuff. You know what I mean? That's, like, really good. Shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, change what you, bro. Like, you telling me you'd rather watch maybe, like, 30 minutes of, like, some weak ass fucking Netflix series than something that's gonna elevate your mind.
You know, and I can actually, like, stand by that. Like, when I was competing, when I went to do my first show, bro, I had to do, like, 30. Well, it went up to, like, an hour, like 2 hours a day of cardio, and, like, the calories got low as hell, bro. But every morning I would wake up and I would watch, like, a motivational video. And I was like, damn, you know, and I fucking tore some shit here. I don't know what I tore, but I know it's fucking torn. At the beginning of my prep. And I would just stick to watching those videos, bro, and then that shit pushed me through it, bro. I was like, okay, well, I mean, at the moment you're like, damn, like, this is, like, you don't know what it's doing to you, but you're just like, okay, like, push yourself, you know what I mean? Let's keep on going. Let's keep going.
So what you're consuming is affecting your day-to-day.
So and I ended up winning, and I got my pro card in fucking NGA. So, I mean, I would say
elevate your fucking mind, bro.
Those videos definitely helped me.
Like, elevate what you're feeding to yourself, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause tell me who's gonna perform better. Like, for example, like, if I wake up and the first thing I see out of two people, for example, and you watch a motivational video,
and you see a twerking video,
and I see a twerking video on TikTok, who has the advantage here?
Me, 100%.
Exactly, bro. Because you're gonna be fucking driven to go out and get the shit that you need to get done, fucking done.
But then people could argue like, yo, you watch a twerking video, like, that just boosted your testosterone levels.
Like, bricked up, look.
Yeah. So
I feel like
mind, you know, feed your mind.
Yeah, definitely say, like, feed your mind, because, like, bro, we're all on this. We're all on these, like, mind controlling platforms, but it's about, like, what are you watching on these mind controlling platforms? Because I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, all these platforms are meant to keep you there. They're meant to keep you there, just watching and watching, endlessly watching and watching. You know what I mean? So, just change what you watch.
100%. 100%. Change what you watch. and try to break it down a little bit more. I was pulling in maybe 10 hours a week of watching TikTok that I would get from. You could check on your phones how much you consume a certain app, and I was getting
Like the screen time, screen time.
I was pulling 10 hours a week, and I looked at myself and I was like, wow, that's literally 10 hours that you could never get back. Time won't stop for no man. You need to use time to your advantage. Time is not a clock winding down on your life. Time is a tool that you could use. We're young. We're in our 20s. We have the world literally at our fingertips. We can do anything we want. And I feel like a lot of people don't take advantage of that. And regardless of your age, there's somebody else that's going to start 10 years later and make it where you make it in a shorter amount of time because they're going to work harder. Doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter anything, their race, ethnicity, nothing. The only thing that matters is how hard you want it,
I agree.
So don't think about time as winding down. Don't think that you don't have enough time. Trust me, everybody has enough time. So really take a look at your life and try to cut off the toxicity, Try to cut off the TikToks. Try to cut off the useless time. If you're going out to a club every Friday, but you're barely making any money to, invest in yourself, then, it's time to
You're like
stop going to the
backwards
club.
at that point, bro. Yeah.
You're taking 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, and you're making minimal progress. So definitely, make a plan, look at your life, take a step back and look at your life and say what you can cut off, say what isn't needed in your life, and, think about how to improve your life.
Like pornography. Stop watching that shit.
Oh my God.
Just everybody stop watching that shit right now.
That's a whole...
Pornography.
We're going to talk about that in a different episode.
Gotta go in depth for that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
definitely going to go in depth with that about,
Shit.
Just touching on it a little bit. Women use social media to their
Misogynist
platform. Women can use social media to their advantage, and it's easier for a woman to, use social media, gain clout, gain whatever it is, gain followers, and actually
And even
pivot.
money, bro.
Yeah.
Even
Oh yeah.
fucking
100% of the time, and pivot from it. It's harder for a man to get in front of a camera and for somebody else to listen.
Because you got to create your value. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I would say, bro, I don't even want to touch too much on this too, but women are born with their value and men have to create their value.
Exactly.
This is why, bro, even the stats say that most men, the stats say this, not me, most men have like the most money like in their 30s or 40s, because we don't get that shit when we're like in our fucking 18. You don't get that shit in your 18, 19, 20, 21. You know what I mean? Like, you're just starting to fucking figure this shit out at this age.
Just like us right now.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like now we're like, oh shit, okay, we're seeing like, you know what I mean, these things, and like, okay, let me do some moves over here. Let me do some moves over here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. Like, I'm not trying to flex at all, bro. But like, if it wasn't for like me like seeing like the code in the Matrix, bro, like, bro, there's some shit like my fucking 20-year-old self couldn't believe that I've done, and I'm 24 now. Like my 20, like just 4 years ago, I bet you like my 20-year-old self couldn't even fathom the shit I've done. But it all takes with that first step of like just questioning it, you know what I mean, and then making those small changes, like how you said, and then by time it is just gonna accumulate on all those small changes that you've done, small to big, no homo.
So changes hard at first, messy in the middle, but beautiful at the end. That's a quote. It's not original, but what that means is anything you do when you first start it, it's gonna be hard. No matter what you tackle in life, it's gonna be hard. Trying to change what you've been doing for literal years on years, and you try to change, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Drug addicts, smokers, when they try to stop, cold turkey, they get withdrawals.
Yeah.
You're gonna run back to your old habits, and when you do run back, that's such an important moment for you to really change. You know, when you do run back and you have the choice to do it again or not, that's what's gonna make or break you.
Yeah.
And that's the messy part. You know, that's the part where you're gonna question yourself. That's the part where you're gonna say to yourself, "Why am I even doing this? Is it worth it? Will I see an outcome?"
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
Like you will start even like on your journey to like how you said like to like change yourself. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, bro, like trust me, you're gonna fucking fail a shitload of times. Whether if it's like how we said, for example, like pornography, like everyone tries to do this no nut November shit and like not try like and do that thing for like a whole month. Like, bro, trust me, you're gonna fail that thing year after year after year after year. And like it's just part of the process. Failing is part of the process, you know what I mean? Like how people say, like those quotes say, like, if you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
If you're not failing, you're not trying. And that's huge, you know.
Yeah.
Taking that first step is huge, and you're gonna feel the effects of it, and you're gonna be so grateful that you took those steps, and it's gonna be so beautiful at the end when you look back and you thank yourself and you thank everyone around you for pushing you, but you thank yourself for taking those first steps, for failing hundreds and hundreds of times to finally make it, and now you're happier than ever, you know.
Yeah, like you're like in a better place now.
Exactly. So that's
that reminds me also of a quote from I don't know if you had it surged just recently, thanks to TikTok. Shia LaBeouf, that is right.
The actor, yeah.
Yeah, he's. I don't know if I'm probably butchering the name, but he said everything is gonna be good in the end, and if it's not good, it's not the end.
Then it's not the end. Yeah.
You see that?
I haven't.
Come on, bro.
I need to get on motivational TikTok. Modi TikTok.
Yeah.
But just to touch on it a little bit, these two men are professional bodybuilders.
I'm not a pro yet. This moment is a pro. I haven't got my pro card yet. I'm an amateur.
They are bodybuilders. I'm an athlete. We are all educated men. We are all hardworking men. We're all men that, you know, we're not, I don't know, well, we're not low level men, you know. When it comes to this, when we say this, you know, we don't turn off the camera and then go do the exact opposite of what we just said. You know, we
trying to better ourselves.
But yeah, like we gotta, because now, I'm not gonna lie, now, like we're talking the talk. Now it's time to
like
we gotta.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Talking the talk, we gotta walk the walk now too.
And this video is to keep us accountable. You know, even if it gets 0 views, if nobody views it, this video is here to document and pinpoint where we started, and that's, you know, to see the transition in our minds over the year, our mindset over the year, and our values at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So this does mark episode 1, and from here, we're just gonna keep bringing you guys content, you know.
Yeah, I wonder if my son gonna watch this, bro.
Damn.
I don't have a son. I don't have any kids, FYI.
Yeah, no, we're all.
Yeah. No, but this was
single.
episode 1. This is episode 1. And yeah, boys, this is us. This is like we said in the beginning, like we want to show you guys that like we want to document
our progress
from being going from like average to like higher status and like elevating. You know what I mean?
Outside the circle, outside the matrix.
Yeah. Escaping the matrix.
And hopefully we could look back at this video one day and say we made it because we took that small step.
Yeah, like that first step, yeah.
Yeah. If that day comes.
No, it's coming. No, it's coming. No.
Well, when it does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shed a tear, man.
Also, if you're watching this on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, we will be posting this on YouTube. We will be posting this on Instagram, TikTok, and Rumble. Make sure you guys check us out on Rumble. If it is on YouTube, then it will be censored.
Shit,
if it's on Rumble, then it won't be censored. So make sure you hit both of them. We're just gonna keep putting out content. Honestly, we want as many people that want to change their lives and want to change their mindset to watch and follow, because trust me, we're going to be giving value. If there's one thing that you're going to take away from this video, it is value to your life.
No, and trust me too when I say this, bro, like I would say like, bro, give us like 6 months, bro. Like I guarantee it. Like if we fucking stick with this shit, like I guarantee it. Give us like 6 months. We won't be here. We'll be like in the studio. Trust me, bro. Like give us 6 months, bro.
Our Instagrams, our TikToks, our social medias, they're all gonna be here. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah. Peace.